Coming up, Invincible is back. What's in store for Mark this season? Stay tuned as we break down the teaser trailer for Invincible Season 4. Welcome to the Morgue, where we dissect the latest and greatest in the world of entertainment. I am your host, Arturo Padilla, and with me always is Mr. Nick Valdez. Before we get started, do not forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and the bell. That way you know when these videos are dropping. Tex, how you doing today, buddy?
Oh man, howdy everybody, howdy Arturo. We've got a lot with Invincible Season 4. Amazon Prime shared the first trailer for Season 4 coming on March 18th, which is a big deal. And we're on a better track with these, that we're getting one new season a year. It might be tough on the animators, I hope everyone's getting what they, getting paid for what they're working, because it's to animate is a lot. But it's awesome at the same time to like give us a season a year. So that's the thing where it's like, I'm not complaining. And there are people out there who like season 3. We had some really good scenes in season 3, but then like there are some people who say it's still not looking good enough. But part of me is like, we're getting a new batch of episodes every year. It's gonna look as good as it's gonna look, right? And
I know, but listen, like I get it because in the first 2 seasons there was this very detailed, very comic book style
right,
that it had. It came straight from the panels, like legit. It came
that's
straight from the
true.
panels, and I was
Yeah,
thinking, I'm like, do they have the same team working on here? But there was a slight change in animation in this season, and you can tell because I brought that up to you when
yeah,
we first started watching season 3. I'm like, hey, did the animation change? Because you can tell the dark lines look different, right?
yeah.
The certain figure shapes and silhouettes look a little bit different, but you slowly got over that, dude, because that season completely ripped it, man. And like, I am so hype about this because, as you mentioned, Tex, they have been on a trajectory ever since the second part of the second season, right? Because of the
Yeah.
strike and everything that happened, it delayed the end of the second season quite a bit, man. And it was a big bummer because it was doing quite well, and then to have that big break and come back the way it did, it was a shame because it would have ended up as one of the best seasons of episodic television that year. But because of the break, the momentum that it had kind of fizzled down. But then they acquired that all back in season 3. And
Yeah.
man, did they ever. And they left us with a crazy, awesome climax to the end of season 3 when Mark Invincible is facing off against Conquest. And what a fight. We were treated to
Yeah.
such an awesome comic book spectacle that only like you really have to just hate like comic books to like not
Yeah.
even like it, man.
And that's exactly it, Arturo. That's the perfect way to put it. Where it's like, yes, like getting these new episodes a year. This is why I opened with that. Where it's like, yeah, you kind of have to know that this is probably hard on the animators, and so some things might not be like as perfect as we saw in that first season. But also, it's like it's go time now,
Yes.
right? Where it's like, they probably had extra time to work on that first one because it was probably like we're gonna get it out when it's really ready. We're gonna show it off when it's ready.
Mhm.
But now it's like they don't really have that anymore. They don't have that luxury of like, because that's the thing where they kind of also understand that like animated or not, a show cannot be gone for for multiple years and then return and still have that same hype. It's not it anymore, especially with a superhero show and
Yeah.
an animated superhero show on top of that, where we're getting competition with Disney, who are like doing X-Men and Spider-Man. And it's like, do you want to let those seasons happen? And then we finally get Invincible season 4 in like 2027? No, right? And I say all this to say, like, season 4 already looks awesome. Like, it's still adapting the original comics, and which I've read. This is a weird thing too, because usually it's on the other foot, where you're the more experienced one, Arturo, with like the comics, and
No,
I'm the one
Invincible's all
who's
you, man.
yeah. Like, this is the one time I'm like, oh, I actually know how things are happening. But the cool thing about the show is that there are, while it does adapt kind of like straight through the story as we've seen, there are lots of twists and turns that are different from the comics, so that you don't exactly know how things are happening. But this is all to say, we got some big debuts in this. Like, so with the trailer, we got a first look at Thrag, and Thrag, voiced by Lee Pace, who was also in The Running Man, which we saw last year and was kind of fine in it.
Yeah.
It was fine. But Thrag is okay. So we thought Conquest was dope. This is the guy who like is in charge of Conquest. So that
Oh.
kind of, yeah. So that should tell you, like, this is the guy who leads the Viltrumite Empire. So
Oh.
yeah, so that kind of like lead you to where I'm going with this. Where it's like, yo,
Yes, I'm so excited. Someone's gonna get their asses beat.
yeah, Thrag is there to just be ass and take names, and like he is the strongest Viltrumite because that's how they decide their leader. It's literally like whoever the strongest one is in charge, and there's a war coming, and it's the war that's been setting up since like the first season with like the I forget like the coalition of planets. I forget their name, but like they've been like teasing something with the Viltrumites and that they've been getting ready for something. And with season 4, that's finally going to happen because basically now that Mark beat Conquest in season 3, Thrag's like, yo, what is going on over there? And that's basically it. Where it's like, yo, now you've got my attention. And so that's where in the trailer you also have Nolan, Omni-Man, being like, yo, coming back to Earth, being like, yo, I need your help. And so Mark's got to go to space and deal with the Viltrumites. So this
Yeah.
is gonna be awesome. And on top of that, we also got the first look at a dinosaur, Dinosaurus. This is also funny enough. Dinosaurus is also another one of Invincible's big enemies.
It
Like
sounds like an
another like
AEW wrestler.
yeah, Dinosaurus. Well, it's because they have Luchasaurus, right?
Yeah,
I think that's why.
Luchasaurus.
And so Dinosaurus is another key player who's going to be around pretty much until Endgame. Like this is like he's another one, and this is why season 4 is exciting. Like I'm trying not to like give too much away, but like Dinosaurus is a big villain. You'll see why. Thrag is huge, and they're trying to put the Earth back together after Conquest and everything that happened. And this is basically like a season of like, yo, that was the start of your problems. And this is kind of like it's kind of like
Nice.
been the whole thing since the beginning, right? Like it's like Mark, now as soon as he got powers, it's immediately like, yo, Mark is constantly having to deal with more just
Yep.
stuff and more
Yeah, the bar
nonsense,
has
right?
consistently been
Yeah,
raised for Mark
yeah,
every single
yeah,
season, man. And it's like just tenfold every season. It just keeps
yes,
going higher and higher. And he's just has to keep proving himself to himself that he is capable of being in these fights and just being invincible,
yeah,
because he still questions himself as to if he can actually do this, if he's stronger than his father. So he still has just trauma going on from season 1 when dad just
yeah,
beat the shit out of him.
yeah,
And he's still going through that, and he has this complex of inferiority within himself,
yeah,
right? Because everyone knows, oh, it's invincible, you know what I mean? But he still needs to prove it to himself because the bar keeps getting raised. There's these
yeah,
villains that just keep showing up that are just stronger and stronger and stronger than anything he's faced before. And man, he has his work cut out for him all the time. And this is why this show is exciting. I
yeah.
honestly don't want to hear any more because I am
Oh
so
yeah,
excited
no,
to see exactly what is going to happen with these characters. So every time
yeah.
Tex and I are talking, I'm like, Tex, make sure, like, just stop right there.
Yeah,
Finish,
yeah,
finish, it
like
sounds
of
awesome.
course, there's no way I want to spoil stuff, but it's also like, yeah, it's stuff that it's kind of laid out in this trailer too. Like, yes, there's a war coming. You see characters teaming up for something. You see Thrag being like, "Yo, what is happening? What's going on?" But and then you have Dinosaurus in it. But this is also like, remember, this is scattered across like 8 episodes of television, so there's a lot more that I'm not saying. Like, this is also like, yeah, these are the big arcs, but there's a lot of character stuff, and that's part of why, like Arturo said, like we love this show so much because Mark in general, right? Like season 3, he went through his black suit Spider-Man era
Yeah.
of like, he's done with it. Like he's done with traditional hero stuff. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna kill him if I need to. And going against Cecil and just like who Walton Goggins, by the way. Shout out to Walton Goggins. I think we talked
Wild. He's
about him when we talked
everywhere.
about Fallout, right? But like, yo, but
Hey, listen, he's been so good. It's like a career renaissance for that man. I'm so happy for him. He deserves it,
yeah,
man.
like he really does. It's because it's great here too. Like Invincible Mark Grayson himself, Stephen Yeun, who's also like just ever since Walking Dead, like I'm like for as much as Walking Dead kind of like fizzled out towards the end, like in the beginning, it introduced us to a lot of great stars, right?
Mhm.
And like Stephen Yeun was one of those who's like he it's wild because he's kind of like he's had these big roles, but not like big in the way you would expect, right? Like it's more like
Yeah, he seems to be picking and choosing his roles,
yeah,
very particularly. He's one of those characters, that appears in The Rip. Folks, if you haven't seen that movie, go check it
yes,
out on Netflix and check out our review in the archives. He appears in The Rip with Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Tiana Taylor, that whole lineup. So he's picking and choosing his roles. And remember, he was also the one who was supposed to be Bob, aka Sentry, in Thunderbolt.
yeah. He was
But
almost in
there was
Marvel.
scheduling
Yeah,
conflicts that happened, and I believe he went off to do Beef on Netflix instead, which was way more successul for him than I
yeah.
think
Like
Thunderbolts would have been, honestly.
that was the right choice because
Yeah,
Beef ruled.
yeah,
Like it got nominated for a bunch of awards and stuff too. I think he was nominated for that
yeah.
because like
Mhm.
he was good. And I think you're right, Arturo, where it's like, yeah, we don't see him a lot, but generally he's becoming that kind of guy where like if you see him in something, you're like, oh, so
Oh, he was good in Nope. You remember Nope?
oh in Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he was
So
that rancher.
yes, it's that little degree of quality, right? It's that
Yep.
little extra bump of like, oh, okay, like it's that reliability in an actor, right? Where it's like you see them as if you see
Mhm.
them on the marquee, you're like, okay, at least I know one aspect of this is going to be good, and that's
Yes.
and he's been able to show that with like his voice acting in Invincible. There's a lot
Mhm.
of stuff that he does here as Mark is wild, but then at the other hand, you have like J.K. Simmons as Nolan and Omni Man, and that, and then you have Seth Rogen, who's also like
Love it.
Seth
He's so
Rogen,
good.
Rogan's career is funny, right? Just like a small little tangent, like he's only doing his voice, right? And like a lot of the times when he's in something, he's just a version of Seth Rogen,
Yes.
but like
Great. Great
it's
point.
so yeah, but he's also so smart in like what version of Rogan you get, right?
Golden
Like
Globe winner, Seth
yeah,
Rogen, right? For the
yeah, for the
studio. Go catch that,
studio.
folks.
Yeah, it is wild. That's another one where it's like, yo, like he's playing himself and you know he's playing himself, but then like when you see, especially when you see like in Invincible, you're like, oh, he's good, and in the studio, you're like, he's great. And Monsters versus Aliens, you're like, oh, he's funny in
Yes, he
that.
was
He's
so
good.
good in that, yeah.
And this is all to say that like Invincible is just kind of stacked. It's stacked in a way that animated shows really aren't, and especially in our modern era, where it's like, yo, like it's got it's got a big budget, it's got a push behind it, it's got like a cast who've been like it's got a credible cast too, right? It's like
Yes.
I know I don't
X,
want
but
to
think
not
about it, dude. Invincible is stacked, but Amazon is stacked. We have
Amazon is
Invincible
stacked.
in
Yeah,
March, and
yeah,
then pretty much off the tail end of Invincible, you're going right into the final season of The Boys, dude.
yeah,
Like, and then from there, I'm pretty sure we're owed a Batman Cape Crusader season down the line.
yeah, and
Can't wait
like
for it.
yeah, and we're finishing up Fallout like later this
Yes.
month, like per our recording here, and like that's they're very smart. I'm pretty sure they have something in February. It's probably not like related to what we cover here, but like they probably do have like a February show, and this will be their March show, and then in April they'll have something, or
Mhm.
like in May they'll
Yeah, The
have
Boys is
something.
April. Yeah.
The oh yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
The Boys is
So
April. Mhm.
we're gonna have the boys right after that, and then man, it's a good year for just like superhero stuff too. Like as we're recording Invincible, like Disney Plus is Wonder Man coming, which is like it's another 8 episodes all dropping at once, but it's like yeah, it's another superhero thing, right? And
Yep.
then we mentioned X-Men 97 season 2 is coming later this year.
Mhm.
Your friendly
Which, by the
neighborhood
way,
spider.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was the reason why Invincible season 2, did not hit all the way because of that
Right,
delay, X-Men 97 just popped into that slot and everyone forgot about the world after that.
you're right. It like it took the hype, right? Like
Yep,
it swallowed all the hype in the room. Like it
yep.
sucked all the air into it. But
But
like
dude, you're absolutely right. We have all that and more coming, and it's not even we haven't even talked about, like, the summer and theatrical releases. It's just we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about just TV
this is
shows
just
right now,
TV.
folks.
Yeah, this is
Oh
all
man,
just
the buddies out there
TV.
are gonna have so much fun this year just listening because we
Yeah,
have
and
content for you guys all the time now, and we cannot wait to talk about all this awesome content with all you buddies at home, man. And the fact that Amazon is providing this quality content for us is huge, huge,
I
huge,
know.
huge.
Yeah,
Like
it's
this
like
goes back to the whole like Netflix and Warner Brothers conversation and
right.
the things that we spoke about, that there are things that are meant to be on streaming and on video on demand, and shows like Invincible and The Boys and the movies like The Rip. Those are the things that belong on these streamers. But folks and buddies out there, these things are of a higher bar of quality than the predecessors that came before them. Because streaming
Yeah.
before used to mean garbage. Like, hey, let's just put the bare minimum out there just to get somebody's
It
attention. But
it
now
was
everything is
the
just up here, dude.
yeah, it was the direct to DVD pipeline, right? If it
Yes.
was something that only got released on video or
hmm
DVD, it was generally like looked at like, oh, see, we're good enough to make it to theaters, right? And that's what streaming was. You're
Yep.
exactly right.
Exactly. Exactly. And for that, like, that's why you got us folks here at the Morgue. We are
Right.
here to make sure that we are watching all this stuff for you guys and making sure that you guys are only peeping the best of the best out there. This is why there's pay for it, wait for it, and stay away from it. And you guys have to just stay tuned to the end of the show to find out what it's all about. Right. But again, we have tons of content coming for you guys throughout the next couple of months. Please stay tuned every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for these videos dropping on YouTube and on the podcast streams. Do not forget about that. And folks, thank you so much for listening. This has been The Morgue, where we dissect the latest and greatest in the world of entertainment. I am your host, Arturo Padilla, and with me always is Mr. Nick Valdez. A big shout out goes to Delvirus for all the artwork, and a big shout out goes to you guys for listening. You can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts, and please do not forget to subscribe, hit that bell, and hit that thumbs up. That way you know when these videos are dropping. And folks, please, especially these days, most importantly, do not forget it is a scary, scary world out there, but we are here to walk you through it.